Okay, we're able to get it to go from 0 to 90 to 180 and then back over to 0. We're going to add one more coding, and we want it to stop back at 90 and then switch back to 0. So when we start simulation, here's a 0, and now it's 90. Now it's at 180. Now it's at 90. It's going to swing up to 0, then 90, then 180. Now, what causes this to go rotate around the code right here? Well, let's look at the combination of the blocks and the text. See, all this coding right here is right there. That's actual coding, and you see it's in something called a void loop. Void loop means that whatever's in here is going to do it over and over and over again. Okay. So I want to show you the text of what's happening in the background. Okay, so let's get rid of all this. We don't need these anymore. Okay, and now instead of controlling this by just literally putting in numbers, let's put in what we call a potentiometer. Potentiometer looks like this. Let's go get one. Take away the code. There it is. Now, the good and the bad about a potentiometer. The good is that we can actually use a potentiometer. We can swing this, and that will move this. The problem is that the potentiometer goes from 0 to 1023, whereas the degrees goes from 0 to 180. But we're going to fix that. So let's hook up the potentiometer. Here on terminal 1, we'll give that negative power. So let's go make a black wire and give this guy negative power right here. On terminal 2, we'll give him positive power. Oops, didn't mean to change him. We'll give terminal 2 positive power, which is down here. Okay. Now, the one right here, the wiper, that is your controller or the information. So how you turn this thing, the wiper keeps up with that. That's going to go into the analog input way down here. So we got quite a path to go to. And I'm going to make that green eventually because I don't like red for the controller. Okay, stop here, there, and then let's make that green. Okay. All right, good. So when you wipe this, the information will go all the way down here. We'll go into here to A0, and then A0, we want the information to go into 9, and then that'll go right into our little servo. So let's start the simulation. Oh, sorry. We got to put some code in. All right. So right now it's at 0, but we want to put in A0. So that's the input. So we click here, and there we go. Read analog pin A0. So now we want to read that instead. Okay. And let's start the simulation. And right now we're at 0. And you'll notice that I think that's about 180 right there. And I haven't even had a chance to swipe all the way to the end. So this means that I need to make some changes because right now I want to be able to sweep all the way over because I'm already at 180 here and I still got a lot more to go. So I don't want this to get to 180 till I swing it all the way around here. That's when I want it to get to 180. So I need to make some changes to this right here. And that's going to involve creating a variable. Okay, so let's begin the process of creating a variable that we can replace this with.